Good afternoon, Full Throttle Faithful, and welcome to virtual Texas Motor Speedway as we are getting back here to some iRacing here tonight. As it's going to be Don't Mess with Texas 1 to 50 here tonight, as we got 150 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to go ahead and hop on board with your pole sitter, Josh Susie, in the John Cena Farewell Tour 81 Nitro machine. We'll see Ken Baum Jr. rolling off P2 here tonight. In that P2 position, it'll be last week's race winner starting in that P1 with P2 going to Ken Baum Jr. We'll see Kevin Click filling out row number 2 here with that P3 starting spot. Joshua Gaiman starting to his outside lane in that P4 position. And we'll see Caitlin Height starting in that P5 spot on the inside lane, and Matthew Fitz to her outside in that 6th position. We'll see Jaden Bingaman start in that P7 turn 2 Terribles 26 Ford Mustang, with David Smill in the Nitro machine. The 27 going to start here in P8. We'll see Jimmy Barr start tonight here in that 9th position with Connor McCarthy in that 10th position. You'll see Lucas Nilges in 11th here tonight with Nick Cannon starting in 12th. William Brown going to start 13th with Ryan Sword 14th. Kevin Gibney Jr. going to start 15th with Stephen Oberstadt in 16th. We'll then see Andrew May in that 17th position with Michael Zuver in 18th. Let's see. We got, looks like maybe Chris Lynn falling through the pack here a little bit. Chris Lynn is in 19th here tonight. It's Robbie Bice in 20th. We'll then see Bill Hells in that 21st position. With Kip Easley in 22nd. Brody Green in 23rd with goodness gracious, it's Chad Ingle in 24th, and then we'll see Shelley Wood in 25th, and then Justin Gibbs and Ryan Smith did not grid up. When it gets all out of whack there, Chris, at the start, it gets confusing, but that is your grid. Sorry about the hesitation there. But you will see the 81 Nitro machine of Josh Susie after last week's race win. Looks like he's built some confidence, Chris, as he comes here into Texas. You don't want to mess with Texas. And we'll see if these guys are going to get it going here, Scary. As green, the flag is out. And oh my goodness. Like Ken Baum Jr. got off to a really good start there. But got a big wobble as they drive it off here into turn 1 for the first time tonight. It's going to be Josh Susie on the inside lane. And that too, Ken Baum Jr. working the outside lane. But you see 2 wide, 3 wide, a little bit behind him as we go on through the field there. But it's a drag race right now between Susie and Ken Baum Jr. Both got off to a looks like a very similar start. And there we go into turn 3 and 4. It looks like Susie is going to win that.
Just seeing if everybody did get through. Does look like lap number 1 in the books. But like you said, Josh, Susie and Ken Baum getting off to a really big drag race here down that back straightaway. And look at that, Ken Baum with the crossover, going to go down to that bottom lane, see if he can switch it up here on Susie, excuse me. So used to my dog, calling my dog Sushi. So it's a habit. But Ken Baum with the big pass there, and I also see Kevin Click making a move here. Or excuse me, Caitlin Height was trying to make a move on Kevin Click, but it doesn't look like he was able to make it stick. See Matthew Fitz up 1 position. Going to take that lane with Caitlin down there on that bottom lane. See if they can make something work on that inside. Looks like it looks like Fitz got a little loose on that inside lane, but he's going to wash up a little bit.
Speed past that 25 of Kevin Glick, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, did find a little bit of speed past him. Was able to make that pass. So Fitz doing pretty good right now, up 2 positions. We see Kevin Click lost 2. Joshua Gaiman, your 3rd position finisher last week, is looks like an outside move there on Caitlin Height. Is that 69 of Matthew Fitz? So to the 3rd place position.
To the bottom, yeah. That 3rd place to the bottom, up 3 spots. Matthew Fitz, the 69 machine. Might have something here, Chris, for those Sparkle Unicorns early that he's liking. So we'll go here to Kevin Click, who started in that original 3rd spot. He lost those 2 positions there to the drivers in front of him, the 69 of Matthew Fitz, who we were just talking about, and Caitlin Height, as they were 2 on a spirited run there for the last 2 laps. right now it looks like Matthew Fitz is going to be the better of those two drivers. He's pulling up to a little bit there. Josh Susi's Caitlin's not far off, but it does seem like Matthew is possibly finding a little bit of speed here. I'll see if he's going to be able to go up here and tangle with that Susi machine, but we know how Susi can be sometimes, Chris, where he likes to save and conserve here early.
Yeah,
I've seen it before.
Have to
We'll
see
have
how
to see
much
how it goes. Yeah.
Let's see how much a conserve is from Susi and see how much of a conserve it is from Ken Baum, because we know they can drive two completely different lines. As I saw, speaking of a different line, Jaden Bingaman went all the way down there out of turn 2, all the way down to the apron, so might have got loose on that bottom lane and had to catch her underneath him. Looks like he's got it straightened out. Didn't lose any positions, still in that 7th position. Right now having to battle it out with that 33 of Joshua Gaiman. And then that 3 of Lucas Nilges, who's up 3 positions. Looks like he's trying to make a move on that outside lane. Doesn't look like this inside lane is working out too well here early on.
Yeah, the inside seems like it's getting loose on turn 2 exit, but 3 and 4 at the bottom is definitely where you want to be.
As you saw, a really big pass there from Lucas Nilges. We'll go back up here on board. We got the 69 of Matthew Fitz. Now about to go bumper to bumper here with that 81 of Susi. Got his first regular season race win last week at Talladega. So now he's got that in the books. Doesn't really have to matter, you know, doesn't really phase him anymore. You know, he's got that championship locked in. Doesn't have to, you know, worry about really racing. Excuse me. Playoffs, excuse me. You got the playoffs locked in. So, you know, could go out there and kind of cruise right now. But, you know, speaking of cruising, 69 of Matthew Fitz, he's on a spirited run. Already got past that 81. And he's now putting a little bit of gap between him and that 81. Riding on board here with that 69 of Matthew Fitz. Just seeing that line that he's running. See, he's not running all the way down to that white line. Just kind of holding that middle, I guess you could say, mid-low lane. So maybe starting to find something here early on. Like we said, don't know how much of a conserve line this 81 is on. We do know that he likes to conserve a lot. And then, you know, 20 laps, 30 laps into the race, you're like, whoa, where is this guy coming from? And it's that conserve line. So we'll have to see how much of this is strategy and how much of this is just really being conservative.
As Joshua Gaiman is starting to come under pressure to that 3 of Lucas Nilges, who's going to open it up to that inside lane. It'll be the 33 and the 3. As they fired off there into turn 1 and 2. You see to the inside lane, Nilges goes, but 33, big run back, the 3 of Lucas Nilges. You could hear the tires. They were starting to chatter and get loose, and they started sliding out from under him. And he's going to save that car, but he's going to lose position. And look at the 26 of Jaden Bingaman, big run.
Yeah, it looks like that 3 got down
that
there.
3 machine definitely got his right sides heated up, and now it's not wanting to grip.
Yeah, he got down there on that white line too. We know you can get down there on that white line, and sometimes that rear tire just doesn't want to grip up on it.
Bit?
Yeah, it looks like he is. Maybe it did look a little sideways coming out of corner. So maybe that car is not happy with him right now. We'll have to see if he can get it, you know, just cooled down. I'd take a couple of laps to just kind of settle back in, let the tires get, you know, cooled back down. You know, once you heat them up, that's not the good thing. You know, you can never get them to go back, but you don't want to get them over hot. So you want to cool them off, let them, you know, get back underneath them, and then, you know, you can push a little harder. You want your tires to equalize everybody else's in the next couple of laps.
Fitz is starting to pull up to Ken Baum. No, he's not. I'm looking at the interval for him and Josh Susi. I apologize.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Susi is not letting Fitz get away. Maybe that line, that's what I was just saying a second ago. How much of it is a conserve and how much of it is a strategy play or just how he's running his line. As you see, now Fitz just getting past. It looks like he was having a little bit of a chatter in that front tire. It didn't look like he wanted to keep it where it wanted to. Whoa, as you see him getting a little sideways there. So, yeah, maybe Fitz having a little bit of a fit on that steering wheel.
Yeah, it seemed like he might have went out there and had fun in the first 15, Chris. And, this is where the tires seem to fall off. You can make adjustments here if something's not grabbing right or he feels like it's, doing something he doesn't like. But he's going to have to get a new set of tires on that car when he does go down pit road eventually. And right now, it looks like he might be gathering it back up. We might have saw something that, I don't know, but he does seem like he is very loose right now. I mean, he's still chasing it.
Yeah, I was about to say he was chasing it all the way up the track out of turn 2. That's going to open up the door for Kevin Click and Caitlin Height on this inside. He is loose still. You can see him just wiggling going up the track there. That's going to open up the door for that 25 and that 11 to get around him. So you're starting to see that Fitz maybe drove the tires off of it just a little bit in these beginning runs, trying to catch the leader. As you see, he's going to cut down in front of that 33 of Joshua Gaiman and try to get that position. Ooh, but you see he's trying to fight for it. The 33 going to dive down to that inside, maybe pass him here on this inside lane. His Fitz is still loose back there. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that 69 machine right now. He is not happy in that driver's seat, or his car is at least not happy underneath him. As you see, the 25, the 12 of Jimmy Barr making a move there on the inside of Jaden Bingaman. So right now, everybody just kind of single file. Ken Baum does have a pretty commanding lead. 2.2 seconds out on Josh Susi, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that, see how far he can extend this gap out, or if Josh Susi slowly starts reeling him in here. We know Susi is a tactician. Like I said, he's a tacticianer, so it's one of those things you don't want to count the 81 out. The 11 of Caitlin Height now got around that 25 of Kevin Click. So that 11 machine, she's finding a lot of traction out here on the track, able to get around that 25 and that 33. Get herself up into that third position, but that 25, I was going to say, making a move on that inside. Let's see if he can make it stick.
That was a tight pass. It's going to force the 11 to the outside, but she seems like she's making it stick.
Well,
but the 25 should get a good run through here through the travel. Maybe not. She's driving that Mika Hakkinen McLaren. I just realized that's what that was.
Whoa, 25 a little squiggly there.
Right? Am I tripping?
I see a lot of basket weaving going back here, coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, it was Mika Hakkinen. Yeah, dude. It was the old. I can't think of the name of the car. The MP something. But like the livery back on here, Josh Gaiman, man, these Lady Liberty Motorsports cars must have something going because he was in fourth originally, kind of dropped back here, but they say, oh my goodness, whatever pack you just joined up on right there, Chris, that Nick Cannon is involved in. As you see Matthew Fitz, who is in his highest second, he's falling all the way back here to ninth. Might be going back to 10th or 11th here in just a moment. If this 27th,
it looks like
David
somebody
Snell
just got into the wall. Saw some smoke. Whoa, Jaden Bingaman down in the grass.
Jaden Bingaman. Yeah, I knew I heard him say spinner down low. I just didn't know where at. Does look like he's going to get it gathered back up. No caution, Jaden Bingaman, though. Looks like coming off of 3, yeah, you can see the car is still turning while the other guys are going straight. Just gassed it up too much. He's going to get it through the grass. Wow.
But he keeps
Good
it straight.
recovery, though.
As I see Fitz still dropping off now. He's got that 24 Colin McCarthy around him. And you also see that 27 of David Smill was able to get around him as well. Watching these drivers up front, it looks like right now, Ken Baum, Susie, Caitlin Height, they've got out to a pretty decent gap between each other. It looks like about a 1.5 second gap between Ken Baum and Susie, and then about a 1.5 second gap between Ken Baum and Josh Susie. And then you see about a 6/10 gap between Caitlin and Susie. And then Kevin Click is about 3/10 back there. So that right now is your battle for the top 5. Everybody just kind of stagnating out, getting a little spread out. We're starting to see the setups and everything come in, and then a lot of the drivers getting loose. We see Matthew Fitz now falling all the way back to 11th.
Kip Easley's flying to the field, Chris. 15 spots.
I was about to bring that up, too. Kip Easley,
I just didn't notice it was him because he's running a different livery this week. Running number 27. He's David Smill's ally out there, 227s.
He's got an 8 on for me.
For me, he's running a 27 Menards car. Oh, I just got packet loss. I am resetting my trading paints.
It is storming here, so we might have or is starting to storm here. I can see it kind of lightening out back towards the East Coast.
I just refreshed my trading paints. He is still 100% running a 27 Menards with a Duracell battery on the hood.
I am running.
Do you see
8
Do
Rebel.
you see Nick Cannon in the pink and white? And his the 27 on the inside, red and white?
No.
You said no?
No.
The 27 of David Smill is not red and white. And the 81 of Josh Susie is the, like, Fred Jones papyrus looking skins. With the John Cena farewell tour on the front. It's like blue and red, white?
Yes.
Yeah, okay then. And Caitlin Height's running the C West McLaren livery.
Kip Easley is driving an 8 Rebel.
I see a 27 Menards car, man. That's the only livery that's not the same for us. I don't think it's the internet. I think it just might be. Is anything downloading? Oh my goodness, Sorry. I'm just making sure nothing on my Steam is updating because there is a 4 gig Counter-Strike update that looked like it started. Maybe not. I'm just going to exit it. Sorry if you can hear me on stream talking like this.
Oh, it's a little bit of a hiccup there from the 25 of Kevin Click. You're going to see him wash all the way up to the top. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of frame drops, so if you are hearing me talk.
I see no more packet loss. Is it going up any?
Yeah, we're good.
I closed my Steam out. Maybe Steam was updating without me knowing. Sorry if you heard me talking about that. I thought Chris muted me on the stream. So, but oh well. We're here. You guys are living our internet problems with us, obviously. So we're going to keep digging here, Chris. Look at that. Josh Susie. That 81 machine. He's starting to dig up to that 2 machine.
Last time I said something, Josh, it was a 1.5 second gap. We now got it closed down to, look at this, almost bumper to bumper.
Susie's on the inside, too. He's going to get a good run off the bottom lane here, right to the back bumper, and he is going to probably set him up here in 3 and 4. There it is to the bottom. And Ken Baum's just going to accept it. You can see him having to wheel the car to the bottom of the track there.
Yeah, Ken Baum got loose there in the corner.
He's going to have to gas it out, or get out of the gas. I don't know why I said it like that. Get out of the gas coming out of corner exit. But he's going to still get a good run to the Trival.
Right on board here with Ken Baum. Whoa, you seeing that steering wheel getting a little loose? Big run, though.
Gets out of the gas, doesn't take it.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to take that move, but just thought twice about it. Maybe thought about that. Don't want to eat up his equipment right now. He's already got passed by Susi. Just might as well back it out. Just save what equipment you got right now. Hold your position.
All right, so let's go one more livery here. The 33 of Josh Gaiman. Is he running a red and black livery that says, can't tell what that logo is on the hood, but it's like black, red, and white?
Yeah, it looks like it says GCW or something.
As I say, is he running GCW like the wrestling thing?
Let's see.
And
It's
then
Kevin Click. We'll go on hood cam.
I don't think that says GCW, but yeah. So we're seeing, I don't know, Mike. We're seeing similar liveries here. I don't know what it did with the 25 man, or not the 25, the 8 of Kip
Caden
Beasley
Bingaman, another
showing
off
the.
track. Yeah, Kip Beasley is in an 8. It's like a brown and black Rebel car.
Yeah, I'm in a 27 Menard, so.
Huh.
That's weird. Might be seeing like his Trading Paints Pro livery or something.
Yeah, Josh, look at this. Ken Baum's starting to lose a lot of track time.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that, Chris. We're over here yapping and Ken Baum's flying back.
Yeah,
Need
not.
to pay attention over here.
And I also see Matthew Fitz off track. So maybe
Fitz
maybe
not been having a fun time.
Maybe touching the grass. I know these drivers can touch the grass and it will
Show his off track.
show him as an
up
off
on
track.
The trial, yeah. Simulator somewhere like Charlotte.
But he is all the way back to 18, so he could have also went off track. Wouldn't hold it past him.
Wow. How rude, Chris.
I got to pick at him somehow. He wasn't here last week. I couldn't pick at him then. Because right now, we're watching that 11 of Caitlin Height. She's starting to slowly catch that 81 of Josh Susi. So is that 33 of Joshua Gaiman.
She's thinking, get these Joshuas away from me. I got one in front of me, one behind me.
One talking about her?
One talking about me. That looks like it says possibly. No. G. Is that CO? I can't tell what that says. Dude. C.
Kip Easley down pit lane.
Know, dude. Cool livery look there.
8 to Kip Easley down pit lane. Deciding to pull that trigger.
27.
Ken Baum.
Yeah, Ken Baum, I knew probably was going to come down earlier than anybody else with him starting to lose track position there. So surprised me, I've seen Matthew Fitz come down pit road.
See the 22 Andrew May coming out of pit lane right now in front of that 81. We should not see the 22 in front of him for much longer. We do know those newer tires are going to be a lot grippier than these older tires, so he should be able to get up to speed here within the next lap or so and get away from unless he's about to just get out of the gas and let the guys get by.
I mean, they're just now about to be losing 2 seconds pretty much a lap.
See the 81 get around the 22 there. Looks like 22 going to go ahead and pull down to the bottom of the track possibly. Oh. See the 11 of Caitlin Height getting around him. Whoa. It looked like Jimmy Barr might have got tangled up there with the 22, trying to get around him coming out of turn 4. If you're in that 12 machine, this is, what was it? Looks like Nick Cannon might be having an issue.
All right, doing the same thing Jaden Bingaman did earlier.
See if we can see if it was just a,
He
big
got into the
smack
wall.
to the wall. And that's one of those drivers coming through the tri-oval. Well, technically it's quad oval, but they're coming through there at the same time. You don't want to just merge back up onto the surface, so you just go through the grass again.
Nick Cannon gonna come down pit road after that one.
Big dive there from the 33, Joshua Gaiman. He's going to go ahead and pull around that 11. Whoa. Maybe a little bit of smoke coming off. I saw.
You might have saw the smoke that was hanging out from the Nick Cannon event.
Could have possibly saw that. Is the 25 Kevin Click? Looks like he might be working the outside there. Whoa, as I say that, loose coming out of turn 2.
Looks like he's tail slapped the wall.
He was able to keep it underneath him. So he's going to lose that little bit of track position that he made up. Whoa, still getting her sideways. Gonna have to see if that 25 has anything to say for this 11. He's been trying to get around Caitlin for about 3 laps now. It looks like just going to go ahead and pull it down pit lane.
Down pit road comes Kevin Click. I wonder if this is going to open now more pit stops here for the top 10, Chris. We already saw Ken Baum come down pit road. We're expecting now. We got to see some more drivers opening it up here soon. Coming to lap 50, almost up 150.
We do have Zuver and Nilges down pit lane as well. Or exiting pit lane, excuse me. Big run here for the 33, starting to catch the 81. Wondering how long this is going to keep the 81 out on track. We know, like I said, tacticianer. So he's not going to change his strategy unless he absolutely has to. So we'll see how long that 81 goes out here on the track, how long that 33 follows behind him. We know these two Lady Liberty Motorsports drivers, Caitlin Height and Joshua Gaiman, very good drivers. Got a lot of talent underneath them, too. So expecting them to make some really good moves here. And then we see Jimmy Barr moved himself up into that 4th position. Good run here from that 12. Got tangled up there with a 22 just for a moment, but it looks like he's got everything underneath him now. And then Bill Hell's up 16 positions into that 5th spot. So a good drive here from that 5 machine. Ryan Sword down pit lane.
Still see Susie, though, all over the back. Or, excuse me, Gaiman all over the back of Susie. We do have more drivers pitting, but it's more of our 15th on back drivers at the moment.
Yeah, Robbie Bice down pit lane
Wondering,
right
like
now.
you said, Chris, win Susie, and then we're going to come down pit road.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure Susie's going to drive these all the way to the absolute limit. We know he's going to know when the fuel is going to run out. He's probably already got a strategy for it if it goes green, if it goes yellow. If it goes yellow 4 times, 5 times, he's probably got a strategy for all of them. So, having a good race car underneath you. Whoa, that 33. A little sideways, but having a good race car underneath you is key. And we know the setups that he has given to him has always been tried and true. So, see the 28, Robbie Bice there. A lap down, came down pit lane just not too long ago. So right now, Kip Easley is your last driver. Excuse me, Ken Baum is your last driver off of the pit. Off of the lead lap. Whoa, caution out. Looks like Chris Lynn.
Ooh, Chris Lynn is spun on the front stretch. There answers our pit stop questions.
Oh, it looks like he was coming down into pit lane. Oh, it might have just been trying to get down in pit lane, and the car just came out from under him. It was one of those just didn't fully commit to the apron. Damn, just lock it down. Like you were saying, Josh, now everybody comes down pit lane.
Now we'll see if we'll have a change up on pit road. Who will get in and out of pit road faster? But we do have all of our cars coming down. You see Susie in that number 1 pit stall. He will be coming in. Ken Baum Jr. will be staying out, though, on a little bit older tires. 15 lap old tires to be exact, but we'll see how they're going to hold up here. It looks like Gaiman's going to get out second. You know, Susie's going to get out first. Oh my goodness, Caitlin, hi, good rollout. She's going to get it.
Yeah, she'll get it. Second place goes to Caitlin. Joshua Gaiman in third. Jimmy Barr going to roll out in fourth. David Smill in that sixth
Ken Baum
spot.
Jr. did come down pit road.
Steven Oberstadt going to come out in a good spot there. Up 11 positions into that fifth spot. David Smill in sixth. Bill Hells up 14 spots in that seventh. Colin McCarthy in eighth. Kevin Gibney in ninth. And Chad Engel at 35 going to round out your top 10. And you were right, Josh. Ken Baum did come down pit lane. So a lot of drivers now back on the lead lap. After that self-spin there from the 32. Looks like William Brown on his way out of pit lane. Matthew Fitz on his way out of pit lane right now. 32 of Chris Lynn, who was that self-spin down pit lane right now. Looks like might have missed his pit stall there. Had to back it up just a little bit. Getting service now. So with our first caution being at lap 52. This is interesting to see. Might have been 53 if I was wrong on that. It's interesting to see how everybody's going to cycle out now that we've had our, we've got fresh tires. See everybody just hauling the mail in here trying to catch up to the pace car. So one thing about lap cars, once they get that lead lap back, it's hard to get everybody settled back in.
They extended it.
Okay, good. So we'll go one more lap around, let everybody get caught back up. You can see they were still hauling the mail coming in there trying to get caught up. Good eye on the officials there to catch that the cars weren't caught up. So it looks like Robbie Weiss might have came down pit lane. I saw him come down prematurely. Might have taken a little bit of damage repair. See, he was down for 1 minute and 8 seconds. Or could have very well had to get out of the virtual seat and go to the bathroom. No, that has to happen too.
He was just talking.
Oh, I was saying
He's
he was just 2
extending
laps
the.
down. I was just saying he was 2 laps down, is what I was meaning.
And the pace car is off. We will be getting back to green flag racing. It'll be Josh, Susie, Caitlin. Hi, bringing us back to the green flag here at lap number 57. And when we go to the stripe, it'll be lap 58. But green, 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 and Susie off to a great start. Gaming as well. It's going to be the two Joshes holding that 1 and 2 position. Is Caitlin Height going to be fighting back to try to get that position again to get up there and possibly try to lead this race? As we will see a bunch of drivers here hungry. Is that 14 is Stephen Overstott, and that looks like the 27 of David Smill and the 12 of Jimmy Barr.
Yeah, you see.
So they're going to be racing behind that 14 is Stephen Overstott.
12 just slammed the door of the 27.
Whoa.
And then the 27 drove back up there and popped him in the door and said, hey, man, I don't appreciate that. Right now, the 27 was able to get around that 12. But it looks like single filed out right now. 24 there. Kyler McCarthy, it looks like he's starting to make a run up here. You know, these drivers, they do have the fresher tires. Whoa.
Whoa.
27 to David Smill into the wall. That's going to open up the door for the 12 of Jimmy Barr. I was going to say, it looks like the 53 of Bill Hells might have been trying to make a move on the 24. It looks like Jimmy Barr going to make the pass there on the 27. But the 27 is still hanging on to that door panel. Good drive in there from the 12. Let's see if he can make it stick on that inside. Does. Good pass there from the 12. David Smill looks like maybe having a little bit of trouble. Saw him get into the wall just a second ago. He's starting to fall back just a little bit to that 12 of Jimmy Barr. But this is opening up the door here for Bill Hells. We know one of those drivers that always used to take an EOL. He's moved himself up 13 positions, though. So we'll have to see if he can see anything happening in front of him. But right now, Kyler McCarthy knocking on the back door of that 27 of David Smill. So we'll have to see if he can get around that 27. Kyler McCarthy hasn't really said anything since the beginning of the season. He's been on all of the adversity here. Pretty much every race we have, we've seen him get involved in something or other. We'll have to see if the 24 has anything to say. I want to say he was the Daytona winner.
Thought he won like the spring race.
Spring race. It could have been the spring race, the one that I called and said to watch out for him.
Yeah, you did. But has not won a race in the regular season.
It was Joshua Gamer that won the feature. Right now, that 24 looks like not having the line to go up there and mess with that 27 right away. I do see he's not losing too much track position to that 27, so we'll have to keep a watch on it. Just kind of watching everything go on up here. We see Caitlin Height. She did lose a position there, or a couple of positions, to that 33 of Joshua Gaiman and the 12 of Jimmy Barr. Jimmy Barr doing a really good run up here to the back of that 33. Jimmy Barr in that Turn 2 Terribles number 12 saying, hey guys, the Turn 2 Terribles, we're still up here.
And Jimmy Barr's looking good tonight, Chris. Started the race in 9th position. And he's had a pretty fast hot rod here. And now he's found himself in a position to be in that third spot. But let's just hope he doesn't pull a Matthew Fitz here and go up here and want to lead the race to fall back because he uses his tires up too much. We'll have to see what happens. But right now, it does seem like that turn 2 terrible was 12 of Jimmy Barr is on a mission, man. He's got a fast race car.
Looks like he might be making a move here on the 33, driving it down a little into that turn 2. It's gonna be a drag race down the backstretch. Don't look like he's gonna get it though. He will be door to door though. Going into turn 4, he's gonna if he can hang on here, he'll be able to make it. But I thought he was gonna wash up and lose it going into turn 3, but into that second position is that 12 of Jimmy Barr. Good drive, good pass. Whoa, Susie might be getting a little loose up there. Big wiggle there from the 12. It looks like he was trying to give the 81 a push, but the 81 just wasn't taking it. You see him still all over the back bumper of the 81. He is trying to get him just out of sorts just a little bit so he can push him up. You see him making a move here going into turn 1. Let's see if the 81 just gives it up.
Does. New leader at lap 69. It is Jimmy Barr.
See if he can make it stick here into turns 3 and 4. So lap 70, new leader Jimmy Barr. See, Josh Susie just gave it up, probably not wanting to fight, use up a lot of that equipment. We saw him get loose a couple of times. Maybe saw that, all right, I'm battling a little too much. He's just gonna give it up. Speaking of battling, man, I see a lot of stuff going on back here. Look at this, Josh. William Brown, Kevin Gibney Jr. just pushing him down the track.
Yeah, getting down there really low on him. Because it does look like he's got Lucas Nilges now to worry about as well. 53 of Bill Hells is trying to come back to the field after the pit stop cycle set him back just a little bit.
Right now, Jimmy Barr got out to about a 3/10 gap over Josh Susie. See that pretty much everybody's single file except back there. The lone Kevin Gibney battling side by side with the 3 of Lucas Nilges. Looks like he might be making a pass for him on this outside lane. You know, Gibney's not going to give up that position easily. Going to make that 3 battle for it. Right now, this is currently your battle for position on track for that 10th position. Ooh, as we see the 33 of Josh McGamey getting a little loose on that inside lane. This is something that I love to also see, Josh. The Lady Liberty Motorsports and the Nitro team duking it out. Once teammates at one time. I mean, Susie bought Gaming in as a teammate, and then they got split up. Now it's 2 ex-teammates battling it out for that second position. This is a battle I like to see.
I'm wondering if Jimmy Barr is going to be able to hold this pace, or is he going to fall off here soon?
Yeah, he's got about a second gap between him and Josh Susie. We know Gaiman's not battling for position with Susie, so this could be like a sandbag here from that 81. Just trying to let that 12 go up there and burn his equipment up, possibly. We have seen that 81 reel in the leaders before, so just have to see how long the 12 can keep it up. But is on a really good spirited run. But we say that as we go up here to him. We see him sideways coming out of the corner. So the gap's still about a 1 3/10 gap. Like we were saying, nobody really battling for position up here in the top 10. All the battling is really going on back here. Ooh, as you're seeing the 9 get a little loose up there. It looks like Kevin Gibney fell back to that 12th position. See Bill Hell's making a move there. Bill Hell's making a move there on that 3. Looks like he's going to make it stick. 3 with a good run up to the back of the 53. William Brown hasn't been in the last few races. I don't know if he was there last week. It hasn't been in quite few races. So it's good to have that non-machine back. One of those drivers that we were talking about late last season. It looks like oh, we got a spin down in turn 4. It looks like Chad Engel, Ryan Sword.
As they're going to the grass on the front stretch. Chad Engel apologized, instantly taking the blame for it to Ryan. Oh, it looks like he got loose and tried driving it down the track, maybe. Might have been one of those that also just, snap steered into the left.
He didn't have any control of that car when he came out of turn 4. As you see it right there, that car is already sliding. Right here, he has no control of that car. He is turning, and it is counter steering, and the only thing there to stop him is the 94. But as you heard Josh say, the 35 on the radio instantly saying, "My bad."
Yeah, unfortunate for that 35, but it could be worse, man. It could be worse for both of them. I think they got away with it there.
Yeah, I was going to say it could be unfortunate there for the 94, too. That could have been a night-ending wreck. But I think I'll just take a little bit of a slap like that. Everybody's coming down pit lane right now. Just kind of don't worry about it.
Does Susie take tires or?
Oh, you see Jimmy Barr giving that 12 a push. Excuse me, Susie giving the 12 a push. Left side's going up. Yep, right sides are up.
Woo-wee!
Woo!
It's going to be Susie, Gaiman, Zoomer, Baum, Jr., and Jimmy Barr, your top 5. So a big mix up there and a hell of a stop for Michael Zuver.
Yeah, it looks like he only took right sides, only 8.28 second stop there from that 96 machine. So maybe just a right side only. Or it could have just been
fair, they didn't run that many laps under green. Kip Easley is no longer in the race, Chris.
I do see. The caution just came out there. We'll see. Yates coming down the back stretch. We're just watching just to make sure if there was anything that we missed. See Ryan Sword passed him there, and then it looks like he just went in the pit lane. And we see the 8 pull down into pit lane. Didn't even get to his pit stall. Just pulled it to the pits. Well,
Fortunate.
unfortunate there for that 8 machine. Not really sure what's going on with him, but hope everything's okay.
All right, well, it's time to get that last drink, stretch the fingers out, because we're about to go green flag racing, Chris, and with the standard we've had tonight, we might stay that way as the iRacing Mustang is going to turn left any moment now, and then we're going to get back to green flag racing as it's going to be Joshua Gaiman. Wait, where did Susie go?
Yeah, as I
Susie's
don't.
dropped back to 18th. What happened?
Yeah, don't see what happened there with the 81. Maybe just see. Says he was down pit lane for 14 seconds, so not really.
Oh,
We already got a wreck.
wreck.
Looks like Zuver was around. See the 9 of William Brown around the 31 getting involved. It looks like the 3, the 7. Oh no. It looks like Zuver was already locked up.
Gotta say, it's a brave move from Kevin Click there to go 3 wide.
That's Jimmy Barr.
Jimmy Barr, my fault.
Looks like he might have got loose and just ping-ponged off of the 27 of Smill. As I say that, I have to see if we can see. It looks like he wiggles down just for a second. Huh? He was just. That was a Senna gap if I've ever seen a Senna gap. That was putting it where you shouldn't have been putting it, but I see the hole you were going for. Big drive in there from the 12, though. That's what's going to send around. The 96 of Michael Zuver. Looks like he might have got a little loose there. I didn't see it in the car. You see Caitlin Height getting a little involved in it. Looks like she got through it, but you're seeing the 3 there. Lucas Nilges, 31. Kevin Gibney. 7 of Nick Cannon involved in it. The 9 of William Brown all down pit lane. That's unfortunate. We're just talking about William Brown as well. Not in all these races, and he gets involved in that. Unfortunate.
You know, Chris, the race has been too tame.
It has been too tame.
It up.
It has been tame.
I want to know what happened to Josh Susie.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Did he get a penalty on pit road or something, maybe?
I don't know, because like I said, I don't see where he would have been down pit
Maybe
road
too fast exiting where he gassed it up.
and had to do a drive through. I'm not sure. I didn't see. And you would have heard if anything would have happened.
And he doesn't have a different pit lap than everybody. I don't know. We'll see if they can make it back to the green flag this time. Green, green, green.
Looks like Susie not off to a good start. The 27 of David Smill off to a good start. You also got that 14 of David Overstott, excuse me, Steven Overstott. I was looking at David Smill's name, and I just put his name in front of that. I don't know why. He's moved himself up 12 positions into this 4th spot. And look at that, Josh. Kyler McCarthy up into 5th. Man, good run here from that 24. Oh, Susie looks like he might have got a little loose back there. Ryan Sword also on that back bumper of him. See Jaden Bingaman moving his way up to the top lane. Look at here up in front of us, Josh. Joshua Gaiman, Ken Baum battling it out for the lead.
Looks like Baum's going to make that outside lane work, Chris. He's going to tuck it down to the door, and Joshua Gaiman not going to have any answer. And off the bottom lane, he is going to lose that position. Here comes David Smith Jr., 27 now, the Nitro Machine. Going to put it to the 33 Lady Liberties of Joshua Gaiman, as he is going to be sitting in 2nd place now. And Ken Baum is rolling out into that race lead, who led this race early and was dominant, now going out and leading again.
Yeah, going to see if Ken Baum has anything to throw out there now that these guys are battling behind him. Susie back in that 7th position, knows that he doesn't have to deal with him here for a little bit, has a little bit of adversity behind him, so we'll have to see if he's going to use that to his advantage or if Joshua Gaiman's going to let that 2 machine get away from him. But if anybody's got to say anything, David Smill right now, he has got something to say. He is wanting to get on this podium, make it 2 weeks in a row. For Kyler McCarthy making a move on the inside of Kevin Click. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it stick, though, so the 24 are going to have to reassess that pass. See, it looks like he's got a good run there. Jimmy Barr with the fastest lap of the race, 30.06. It's not bad for the race trim. In qualify, we saw him get down into the 29.96. I think the fastest was 29.92. Whoa, is the 24 getting a little loose? It's going to open up the door here for Susie. This is going to give him a free position. He's going to make it pass on his teammate of Kyler McCarthy.
You gotta think if, oh, 3 wide. This could be a wreck. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I saw somebody water whip out there, and I was like, okay, I got to find him. Right now, the 31 of Kevin Gibney is battling it out with that 32. And you got the 7. Here, Nick Cannon all over the back bumper. See Bill Hells, who had moved himself all the way up into that top 5 position, now falling back all the way to 17th. See that 9 there. William Brown getting around that 53. So now Robbie Bice back on the lead lap. He's got his teammate in front of him and a teammate behind him. So right now, if you're in that full throttle team, you just kind of wait. This is as good a chance as any to get a chance to pounce. But right now, speaking of pouncing, that 14, going to be taking away that position from David Smill on that inside lane. But David Smill not going to give it up easy.
Arborsaw definitely not having fun here.
Yeah, that inside
Later on
lane.
This restart.
Yeah, that inside lane looking like it's the lane to be going into the later run. Good run here from that 14, though.
Kevin Click is trying to chase down this Joshua gaming machine, but he does have Joshua Susie behind him. Susie looks like a man on a mission.
Yeah, as far back all the way to 17th was that 81, now up into that 4th position. It's going to show you those cars, his car can really get to it, but the 25 to the inside of the 33, let's see if he can make it stick. Looks like the 81 also going to eat that opportunity up. Oh, it just goes to show you that 81 is a rocket ship when it wants to be.
Yeah, that 81 machine of Josh Susie is definitely tuned up right every weekend. Week, I should say.
Ooh, a little loose there. It's a drag race down the front stretch. The 25, though, got a little bit of a nose out in front of him. But I'd say going here into turn 4, he's got him. Yeah, the 25 just not going to have anything to answer for. So now Ken Baum got a 2.4 second gap between him and Josh Susie. But Susie now around all of that adversity. So how much do you lay it on now and try to get away from this pack? Because this pack is going to slow you up.
Yeah, but I think his natural pace is going to start to pull him out. If he was catching and passing Ken Baum and them two were racing hard earlier, I think he's still got it in him to get up here and chase down Ken Baum Jr. and not have to worry about the pack behind him here in the next few laps. I don't know. Could be wrong, though, Chris. These guys could have some adjustments. These race cars could be feeling a lot better, and I say that. 25 of Kevin Click, he's to the inside.
Ooh. Ooh.
It is going to stick there.
Yeah, just watching the battle. Oh, as you see the 24 of Colin McCarthy getting a little loose on that inside lane. That 94 to Ryan Sword on his outside. See Caitlin Height falling back all the way to 10th place. Not having the race car underneath her that she's wanting right now. Let's get up here and possibly catch this pack.
It was definitely one of our early drivers that seemed very, very hot when they were coming through the field, especially with, who was it? Joshua Gaiman, correct? That's who she was going to the field with?
Mm-hmm. Not going to count her out, though. Not going to count her out. We have another caution. Maybe just biding the time. Knows that there's a chaos brewing in front of her and just cruising right now. It's Kevin Click still out in front of that 81 there. Not tracking Ken Baum down any right now. I wonder how much of that is a power move there from that 25. Knows that he's got his teammate up in front of him. Can get up here and kind of slow the momentum of the 81 down now that he's in front of him. And just hope another caution doesn't come out. Ooh. As everybody was sideways coming out of turn 2.
Yes, yeah, so he definitely wants to get back up here and pass this 25 at Kevin Click. Only lap 105. It's not going to be over any second now. It's definitely still got 50 laps to work with here. Excuse me, 45 laps to work with here. So if you're a Ken Baum fan, definitely don't make your bed yet. This is still a race, and these drivers behind Kevin Click on back seem to be very fast tonight and very hungry. We have a lot of drivers, Chris, here tonight that seems like they could go up here and win this race.
Yeah, don't want to count anybody out right away. That's what I was trying to say early on. A lot of these drivers, you might see them, oh, they're not up in the lead, but that doesn't matter. When the time comes, they will get up there and put it where it needs to be. But as I'm saying that, Ken Baum's starting to slowly get reeled in. He was almost 3 seconds out, now 2.5 seconds out. So I'm wondering if that 2 machine is starting to have a little bit of issue in that car.
It's definitely was about that time in the run where he started falling off last time. We'll have to see if he's going to have that same issue here with the tire degradation.
Is right now Kevin Click got about a 3/10 gap between him and that 81 of Susie. So Susie not able to make up any more track position now. Still holding off to about what he's got. You see that 27 of David Smil making a move around the 94 Orion Sword onto the inside. Let's see if he can make this stick for the pass for that 6th position. To the 24 there, trying to give that 27 a push.
94 just kind of hanging out saying, please nobody wreck me again.
Yeah, we know Ryan Sword, one of those Sparkle Unicorn OGs. See, he's going to cut down that momentum in front of that 24. The 27, David Smil, though, going to take that 6th position away from that 94. Yeah, so Jimmy Barr looks like not having a good night here. Did lose a position to Caitlin Height.
Yeah, Jimmy definitely had a great race car earlier. Seems to be falling off big time now. But that's the way Texas goes, man.
Really, it really does. This track is hit or miss. Now we got it out to almost a 3-second gap. Again, it's Ken Baum. He's got, like I said, his teammate holding up the 81, and that's helping out. The 2 kind of save his equipment while the 25 holds up the 81 and the 33, but the 33 are back here battling it out.
Oh, it's going to turn into a big battle here, Chris. The 81 of Josh Susie wants to get up here and pass this 25 of Kevin Click, but the 33 of Joshua Gaiman also wants a podium spot right now. He thinks he deserves it, so we're going to see. I feel like these third to 8th positions are going to race really hard here soon. And we might see another caution flag. Who knows? We might not, but definitely think we're going to see some spirited racing here soon.
Yeah, Josh Susie got about a 2 7/10 gap between him and his teammate Kevin Click. You see Susie back there battling with his ex-teammate, Lady Liberty Motorsports, Joshua Gaiman in that 33 machine. And then also another Lady Liberty driver of the 14, Steven Overstadt, right behind him. See David Smill, who was able to get around that 94 Ryan Sword, and now it looks like the 24 there, Kyle McCarthy, might be putting that 94 under attack here in a second, try to get around him so he can join his teammate. Then you see Caitlin Height moved her way up into that 9th spot. And Jimmy Barr rounding out your top 10. Nick Cannon, who was involved in one of those earlier accidents, in that 11th position with Lucas Nilges in that 12th spot. You see behind him that 31 of Kevin Gibney Jr. in that 13th spot. Matthew Fitz in 14th. Bill Hells in 15th. Jaden Bingaman in 16th. Chad Engel in that 35 machine in 17th. Shane Weldon in 18th. Chris Lynn in 19th. You see the 9 of William Brown up into the wall. That's going to collect.
Whoa!
Robbie Weiss. They're going to keep it straight there.
They're in the grass. Robbie's wrecking, bringing it back on the track. Still no caution.
Yeah, we're going to keep it green. Oh, unfortunate turn of events for the 28.
Can we see what happened?
Yeah, we'll see if we can see. I'll have to back it up. I don't have a marker for it. It looks like the 9 might have gotten loose. Seeing if I can. No, I don't have a marker for it. Lucas Nilge's down pit lane. Look at that, Josh, the 11 of Caitlin Height now pulling up to the back bumper of that 24 of Colin McCarthy. Ryan Sword looks like he is starting to get a little bit out of whack. This might open the door for the 24. Good driving there from the 24.
Whoa.
Ooh. They'll open up the door for the 11. She's going to drive around that 94. As I see
Sissy and Kevin Click.
Ryland's in the chat.
Hello, Ryland. They are starting to catch Ken Baum, Chris.
I was going to say that gap is slowly starting to get reeled in. Wondering how much Ken Baum's having to go on a conserve line right now.
I mean, he definitely is on a little bit older tires than them, right?
Yeah, right now, everybody except for that 83 came down pit lane. Excuse me, that 11 came down pit lane at 79 that's in the top. Excuse me. Nick Cannon also came down to lap 83. So maybe Kaylin Height has a little fresher tires than everybody. Pass for that second position. 81 of Josh Susie. Making a move on the inside. Looks like he's going to make it stick.
Yeah, but Kevin Click going to make it stick on the outside as well, Chris. It's going to be a 2-wide drag race, and he's loose on the inside.
Kevin Click into the wall. Everybody's going somewhere.
Let's see if Josh Gaiman tries to get an advantage out of this.
right on board here with that 33 of Joshua Gaiman, see what he sees up in front of him. You see Ken Baum has a car, I want to say that is Michael Zuber, the 96, on that outside lane. That was 28 of Robbie Bice, excuse me. It didn't
Somebody
show
called
me.
that they were pitting.
Whoa, the 2 of Ken Baum.
Ken Baum, yeah. Oh, I hear wrecking on the front stretch, I think.
Yeah, Kyler McCarthy. Oh, big shot there to the 24. Ooh.
Oh.
It's like got hooked off the front end of Jaden Bingaman.
That's a weird one. I don't know who to put the blame on for that one, Chris.
You see the 26 getting a massive run up to the back of the 24. I say 24 just wasn't expecting to be on that outside lane so quickly. I'm just going to chalk it up to a racing incident.
Yeah, I would have said the same thing.
Going for the same real estate at the same time. Everything happens so fast. But it's unfortunate there for the 24. Good fast race car. But everybody else down pit lane. Man, Ken Baum could not have timed that any better though, Josh.
Yeah, for
Oh, it looks like Kevin Click might win the race off pit lane. I don't know. Yeah, Kevin Click will win. Ken Baum should get the wave around.
yeah, but Ken Baum's not happy.
Yeah, that's something that does stink.
Lap 127 though, we might be getting double filed back up here. It's getting waved around. We are back into our actual starting order for this grid. As down the backstretch they come at lap 127 of 150, it'll be here. We'll see if they go green the rest of the way or they're going to have more cautions. I'm going to vote on more cautions. But it's going to be Kevin Click with the field to his discretion here in just a moment. And he will be ready to go once that flag drops and goes green. We'll see what these drivers got left for us. We did just see some pit stops, so some fresh tires on these race cars, and we'll have to see what they're going to do. Expecting to see a good show, though, here before it's over. As the pace lights are back on, and we are going to get caught back up here.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Ken Baum. He's going to have to do what Josh Susie did, just kind of claw his way back up through the field. But we know he's got a good, fast, short-run car under him. So he could possibly come up here and be fighting for the lead before the end of the race. I'm not going to count this two machine out.
As we should get back to racing here now at lap 129 when they hit the stripe. It'll be Kevin Click, though. Sorry, I'm listening to Robbie and them talk. Pace lights are, or excuse me, pace car is off. Green, 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 Chris, and there goes Kevin Click.
Yeah, Kevin
Yeah,
Click.
one of Josh Susie's got his hands full too, Chris. As we are coming to lap 130 here in just a moment. We'll be 20 laps to go here in about 2 laps.
Yeah, and all these drivers on fresh tires. Everybody can throw out their short runs. Look at that big drop down there from Kevin Click. Driving the 81 all the way down the track. It's going to open up the door there for the 33 Joshua Gaiman. He was loose.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo. This is something you don't want to see if you're Susie. You don't want to see all this battling going on in front of you. This is going to open up the door for the Caitlin Heights. She has moved herself up into that 4th spot. She's got that 14 as Steven Overstott right on her outside. That is a teammate on that outside lane. You see the 27 there, David Smill behind that 11, and then behind the 11 is that 7 and Nick Cannon, who was involved in an accident early on. Still able to keep fighting in that race car is that 7, so good to see him up here in that top 10. Oh, looks like Steven Overstott all the way to the outside. Ooh, the 33 all over the back bumper of the 25. See the 33 back out just a little bit earlier. Good drive out
Big
for
run
the 33.
Josh Gaiman.
Gonna have the 81 pushing behind him.
Woo.
Is right now Kevin Click, the only Turn 2 Terribles driver up here in the top 10. So the Lone Wolf battling the Lady Liberty and the Nitro count. Prestige Worldwide and Team Sparkle also up here in the top 10. So got a couple of teams that are battling for this lead. Looks like Kyler McCarthy did just leave pit lane after taking that damage shot. So it's good to see that 24 get back out on the track. I want to say that puff of smoke was from possibly the burnout, leaving pit stall from that 24.
They haven't opened it up yet, Chris, but there is definitely some battling to be done. They're just being a little tame here.
Yeah, as right now I'm watching through the field, I'm not seeing anybody battling for any position. Everybody is just about a tenth spread out, so bumper to bumper. Nobody's really battling for that position, so oh, look at that, Josh. Ken Baum, fastest lap of the session, 29.76 for race trim. So he is trying to move his way through the field right now. Whoa, you see the 69 getting into the wall there.
Matthew Fitz was leading the race.
David Smill, fastest lap, 29.74. Sorry, Josh.
I just said Matthew Fitz led the race at one point.
Ooh, look at Lucas Nilge's matching the fastest lap, 29.76. These drivers are putting down some laps right now. So Caitlin Height just hit a 2.978. See the 24 there.
They're passing Colin McCarthy there, yeah.
24 Colin McCarthy just going to stay up at the top of the track. With 13 laps to go, 12 laps to go when we're coming around to the stripe. If you've got anything to throw out of the kitchen, this is now. Even the kitchen sink, you got to throw it out now.
The 25 of Kevin Click looks like he's starting to open up to the outside lane there in 1 and 2. Maybe getting ready to make a move here, Chris.
Yeah, that's something I'm watching right now as well. You see that 25 just peeking his nose out there, possibly trying to see if there's any grip out there. But the 81 of Josh Susi, not wanting to count him out either. He is just kind of rolling here in the middle of all of this.
No, the 25's going to open the door, though.
Yep, that's going to let the 81 make a move on the inside.
Ten laps to go.
Josh Susi on the inside of that 25 of Kevin Click. He's got the 14 of Steven Oberstadt and 11 of Caitlin Height in his rearview mirror. Closest teammate Susi has is that 27, David Smill. Oh, it looks like Kevin Click might be losing it on that outside lane.
And there comes Steven Oberstadt.
Yeah, but it's going to open up.
Caitlin Hyde as well right there. They could go 3 wide here down the backstretch.
Oh, the 14 might have been loose coming out of turn 2. Yeah, it looks like he was. It's going to open up the door for the 25 to get back around into that third position. Boy, Susi with 8 laps to go. Does he have anything to say for the other Joshua? The 33 is Joshua Gaiman.
Ooh, they're both running identical laps, but Caitlin Height trying to open up to go 3 wide here. She wants that podium position as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that 14, Steven Oberstadt just not working. It looks like maybe the 25 might have gotten to the wall there just for a second. So you're trying to pick which one she wants to go with. Possibly trying to get a draft off of both of them. Looks like that 14 might be getting loose, but that 11 going to have to push him through the corner.
6 to go. We'll see what Susie's got left for Gaiman and what Caitlin Heights got for Overstock and Click here. Is this is a battle, but now that David Smill Jr. has joined, and as well as Bill Hells, who's right there behind him. So this could be a 4-5 car Chris battle for this last podium position here.
Yeah, as right now, this is your closest battle for position on track. I've been watching this Joshua Gaiman, Josh Susie battle. He's got about 2/10 between them right now, so we'll watch it. But the 25 making a move here on the inside of the 11. They are duking it out for this third position. Three wide down the back stretch. Nope. Everybody going to get back in line.
As it doesn't look like right now Smill's going to be able to progress, but Caitlin's definitely progressing now to the inside of Eberstadt, and she's right there. P3 to Caitlin Hyde at the moment. Does she have it in her to get through and into this position into 3 and 4?
Looks like she had the momentum going into the corner. She
Like
does have the position. So third place going to that 11 of Caitlin Height. At the moment, we'll see if that 14 has anything to say. If David Smill has anything to say as well. We also have Bill Hells creeping into the picture, like you said, Josh. At one point tonight was a lap down with his teammate Robbie Weiss. Now all the way back up here into that 5th position. We see Joshua Gaiman starting to pull a little bit away from Josh Susie. So this is where your battle is going to start going for position. 53 of Bill Hells getting around that 14.
Bill Hells is on a really good run here tonight.
Yeah, that 53 on a really spirited run.
We're going to get the white flag this time, Chris. You see him coming out of turn 3 and 4 and down the tri-oval front stretch. 33 of Joshua Gaiman's going to see the white flag here, lap 150, 150. If he makes it back to the stripe, he's going to pick up the race win. He's got Susie behind him about 5-6 tenths out. And Caitlin Height rounding out your podium positions.
Whoa,
and you see down the back
Bill
straightaway
Hells
for the last time tonight, Chris. Yeah. Bill Hell's a little out of whack, but it's going to be Joshua Gaiman willing it. The number 33 out of turn number 4. Joshua Gaiman, the Lady Liberty Motorsports Chevy Camaro, is going to go home tonight to victory lane. He is going to win here at Texas. And what an excellent race for that 33 machine, the Lady Liberty Motorsports of Joshua Gaiman, as he's already going to get down. Some crazy, crazy burnouts here tonight, as this is going to be multiple race wins here now for Joshua Gaiman on the season. As he did win at Daytona and Phoenix this season. So you got to think, man, this 33 coming in as a late last season, had a couple close calls of winning a race, but then is able to this year come in fresh, get it all together, Chris. And Joshua Gaiman looking like a real force to be reckoned with this season with the Lady Liberty Motorsports 33, Chris. 3 wins on this early season.
Yeah, very good spirited drive here from the 33. We saw him have a little bit of slowness there in the beginning of it, but was able to pull it out when it really needed to matter most. That last caution coming out, he took over the lead, didn't look back. Good drive there for Josh Susie. Don't want to count him out to come all the way back from what happened with him. That's going to be interesting to hear what happened to him in the interview. And Caitlin Height going to be rounding out your top three. It's a good run there from that 11 machine as well.
Does look like we are just waiting on Joshua Gaiman for the final interview spot, and then we will get to your post-race interviews here in just a moment. Overall, Chris, a really great race here tonight at Texas. What, only 4 cautions, 5 cautions? And just overall, really good racing. Everybody was able to put a really good package here tonight. You saw a couple, runners that we maybe not expected, like Bill Hell's up there in the mix. But Chris, looks like we do have Josh Gaiman ready. We're going to go ahead and have an interview with that 33 machine. You good? Chris? We good? Joshua Gaiman, Chris and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, the 33 machine, dude. You're looking really hot this season. You're coming in now with this, I think, the third race race win now you've picked up of the season. Josh, it seemed like there early you guys were going to be a force to be reckoned with, obviously, here tonight. But here late in the race, you picked it up. You picked up the speed. You guys seemed to just find it when it mattered the most. And here coming at lap 150, man, you're going to come home with a third race win and a really dominant one at that. How does it feel picking up that race win and take it through right there for us, man? What you guys were able to do to really get that last minute adjustment or whatever it may be to get that race car going and find that speed to get the race win here tonight.
Yeah, it was a super awesome race. The car felt incredible the whole night. Through most of the beginning, we were just saving tire and putting ourselves in the right spots to be able to move forward there and catch the leader whenever their stuff burned off, and it worked out really good. We'd catch right up to them right as about the time they were pitting, and we'd have clear air just to kind of do our own thing and worry about that. And then we had that caution right there at the end, and we all just kind of said, well, time to take the reins off and just see what it can do. And luckily, I was able to kind of take advantage of a little scuffle there through 3 and 4, and just the clean air just kept the car running good.
Well, it seemed like you guys definitely had something going there. I mean, at the end, like you said, letting the reins go, man, the 33 looked like a hot rod. It was fired up and it was going strong, man. But Josh, it seemed like Lady Liberty had a great run here tonight, picking up the first position, the third position. Overall, seems like a great night for you guys as a team. But hey, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, man, anything you want to get out there before we let you get on your way, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get them out there and get you on your way, man. Celebrate this race winner tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out the entire Lady Liberty group and the Nitro guys. We work well together. Sometimes we get a little heated, but I mean, who doesn't? Just shows that we're committed to it and we like doing it. So, we all ran good tonight. We kept each other clean and kept each other's heads on our shoulders. So, can't ask for much more than that. I don't know, shout out GCW too. I've been rocking this car for a few weeks, and ever since I put it on, it's either been top fives or wins. So, I think it might be some good luck.
Seems like it's something, man. You had a pretty solid past couple of weeks here, and like you said, some pretty good runs. But hey, Josh, again, congratulations, man. Thank you for having a couple of words with us, and enjoy the rest of your night, buddy. And hopefully, maybe we'll be seeing you here in Victory Lane coming up soon.
Hopefully.
All right, man. Thank you again. Have a good night.
Thank you.
And that was Joshua Gaiman, our race winner. Chris, we're going to go ahead and bring up that Joshua Susie machine and have a word with him. Joshua Susie, Chris, and Josh up here in the Full Throttle booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, it seemed like you guys all night were very successful there in the 81 machine, but I'm not sure what happened there on the, I want to say second to last, maybe last pit stop there, Josh. You came out in that first spot on the pit lane, but it put you towards the back. Was there a penalty there we saw or whatever may happen? But, you can just see that it might have maybe changed the trajectory of this night after what seemed like a very successful night. So take us through what happened there, Josh. But again, congratulations on that second place finish. Not sure that's what you guys wanted here tonight, but again, congratulations, man, and take us through your night here.
Yeah, I just goosed the throttle a little too hard and got speeding, so had to drop to the back, and then we had that immediate wreck. I was lucky enough to miss, and you know, we had really, really, really good long run cars, and every time I watch people take off like a madman, I just kind of giggle to myself, saying, "I'll see you in 30 laps." And I think there's a few people in here tonight that had a false sense of speed, thinking they were on something. But when it comes down to a 25 lap shootout, that's when this package is at its absolute worst because it just balls out aero block and you can't save tire, make it work. And once I had my little tiff with Click there and lost position to game, and I knew it was basically over once I got back into second. I running the same car, same speed, same adjustments. Like all he's got to do is hit his lines, and I can't overcome the aero. So that's the unfortunate side effect of this garbage ass package. But we did what we were supposed to the first 120 laps, and let people kill their stuff and really put it to them in the long run, and we'll take the recovery.
It seemed like you guys were able to, to get what you could out of it there at the end, Josh, despite all what was happening there. But hey, man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you guys get out of there, we'll let you get those out, and then we'll get you on your way.
Yeah, as first and foremost, as always, nitro setups. We showed some good speed. I made a couple adjustments in practice that worked out pretty well, and everyone seemed to run them and they liked them. So I put my little touches on it, and it worked out pretty good. I want to shout out some of the guys we raced at the front. You know, I can't repeat actions for my teammates, but tried to show them through actions on the track that there's no need for this stupid freaking beef that we have going on between teams. We ran everyone clean and let people go, and hopefully it took notice. Whether or not it does anything, we'll see. But it is what it is. Thank the admins for all their hard work. Everyone that showed up tonight. As always, thank you guys for the broadcast. I hope we put on a good show, and we get to do it all again next week at another little draft block and track.
Well, again, thank you, Josh, for having a couple words with us here tonight, man, and enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully, we'll be here talking to you soon.
10-4.
Almost just moved myself out of the interview room, Chris, as we're going to go ahead and bring in Caitlin Height, our third and final interview of the night, and have a word with her. Caitlin Height, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Caitlin. Well, it seemed like there early you guys had a very, very strong car in the Lady Liberty Motorsports track game, and as well with the great finish. But it seemed like early you guys were following, I want to say it was Matthew Fitzer through the field. He went up there on his big run, and then you kind of just stagnated out. And then it seemed like there at the end, you guys were just maybe a pass or two away from that, that next position. How does it feel, though, to come home with that third place position, with as competitive as it was right there? And take us through those final runs. Do you think maybe just one more pass on pit road or right there on the track, we could be having a different night here for the 11, maybe victory lane?
Yeah, I think the biggest contributor around halfway through the race, I ended up getting collected in that restart crash off of turn 2. So I had to come down and get like 30 some seconds repaired, and that put me back in the field, and I had to drive back up through, but towards the end there, everything just sort of worked out well, and just working with the teammates and really minding our pace, and then of course I don't know, that final 20 lap run, just going for it. But yeah, I think I restarted 5th or something, and as the others are probably saying, it's so tough to pass here, and then once you actually pass the guys in front of you, then you have to drive up to the back of the other cars ahead of you and then try and pass them, and it's once you get to the top of the field there, it just becomes almost impossible to do so without a big tire advantage.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like the runs were falling off for all the top competitors right there. I think that's exactly what Josh was saying as well. Or Susie, I should say, Josh Susie. He was saying exactly the same thing. Just getting to the back of a car or whatever it may be and kind of just having to stagnant and hang out there. But Caitlin, it seemed like you guys in the Lady Liberty Motorsports 11 team were able to bring it back, and whether you had the early accident or not, and bring home a very strong race car with the damage or not. And I think overall it must feel like a good night for the team. But if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything you want to let out before we let you go, you're more than welcome to get them out there, and we'll let you get on your way and enjoy the rest of your night. And hey, celebrate this podium here.
Yeah, big shout out to all the Lady Liberty guys and the Nitro setups. Did a lot of the heavy lifting for us tonight, and admins for putting all this on, you guys for putting on the broadcast. All the fans watching out in YouTube land there, and shout out to all the competitors up at the front there. I know Kevin Click and I, through that first run, we were just swapping our positions back and forth as like maybe 3 times and doing it cleanly. So just trying to really keep it clean with everybody, and I think that really paid off tonight.
Yeah, it did seem like a very clean field there tonight. It looked like a lot of fun out there on the racetrack. But Caitlin, again, thank you for having a few words with us here tonight. And hey, hopefully we'll be talking to you guys here soon. And again, congratulations on that 3rd place here tonight at Texas.
Great, thank you.
And that was Caitlin Hyde, our 3rd and final interview. She had a very good run here tonight, Chris, as well as the rest of our drivers. I didn't know she was a part of the wreck there under that one caution as well with 30 seconds of damage. So makes the run a little bit more impressive there with that damage, especially at a track like Texas. But all right, Chris, well, if you've got any final words or thoughts or shout outs before we let the fans go here tonight, you're more than welcome to go ahead and get those out of here.
Yeah, first off, I want to lead off by saying I definitely called what Susie was saying whenever he was like, oh, he's probably just, strategizing and just, not sandbagging, but he's doing what he's doing. He's just letting everybody go up there, run their stuff into the ground, and then he's just going to chase them down in about 20 or 30 laps. And look at what he said, 30 laps, bam, I am a genius when it comes to this stuff. I'm just kidding. But I just do want to say, though, I did point that out, and I thought it was pretty funny. But big shout out to everybody out there on YouTube. Big shout out to everybody in as Caitlin said, the YouTube lands and the Facebook lands, or I say Facebook, sorry, that's an old one. In the Discord lands, all the admins that take care of everything behind the scenes. Big shout out to Robbie. Big shout out to Fitz. Big shout out to everybody that helps put this on and helps run this. I want to say next week is Kansas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Like he said, another draft-happy blocking track that's going to be a lot of fun to go into. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But big shout out to Josh Gaiman, Susie, and Caitlin on a really good 1-2-3 finish there. And can't wait till next week at Kansas.
Indeed, it's going to be a fun week at Kansas next week. It's going to be one you don't want to miss. That's a track that has got a lot of fun racing there. But we'll see what's going to happen there and how we're going to continue on with a great racing season here in Full Throttle. But I think that's going to be all here for us tonight at Virtual Texas, saying thank you from the Full Throttle booth here again. Thank you to Robbie, Matthew, all the YouTube chat that makes this happen, all the drivers that come out every night and put on a great show. It's fun getting to sit here and watch these drivers. But other than that, this is Chris and myself, Josh Kiwi, saying goodbye one more time, and we'll be seeing you next week at 8 p.m. at Kansas.